Today, the attack that Russia launched on Ukraine was so devastating that you can't even imagine it. It is said that this is Russia's largest attack on Ukraine carried out at one time. In the video, you can see the scenes of the attack and the scale of destruction caused. People witnessed destruction, fire, and chaos unfolding before their eyes, yet they were helpless and could do nothing. Russia has said that the level of devastation was so immense that entire cities were wiped out. Imagine the scene. People were standing at their windows, recording it all with their own eyes. The destruction was so intense that many thought this might be the beginning of doomsday. They had no idea what was happening outside or where the attacks were landing. Later, when it was revealed that multiple cities were hit and that over 400 drones and 40 cruise missiles and multiple ballistic missiles were fired, the situation became even more terrifying. Ukraine claims that most of the drones and missiles were intercepted by its air defense, though some did manage to hit their targets. This is according to a CNN report. However, judging by the visuals and the destruction seen, it appears that most of the drones and missiles actually hit their targets. Now Russia's naval forces, ground forces, and air force have started high-level military drills on land, sea, and in the air. All forces are on full alert. The seriousness of the situation can also be gauged from a statement made by Ukraine. Russia informed the United States that they had launched an attack and told them to back off and not help Ukraine. 2 days ago, Ukraine launched drones from inside Russia, which destroyed many of Russia's strategic bombers. Russia has called Ukraine's action a terrorist act, and according to Russia, it is now retaliating for that attack. Peace talks were taking place between Ukraine and Russia in Istanbul, Turkey. However, Ukraine attacked a Russian strategic airbase and destroyed or damaged bombers worth $7 billion. Following this attack, Russia has also rejected the peace talks. Now about Trump. You may say what you want, but Trump is neither a Russian ally nor a fan of Russia. In fact, he fears them. He once said these people have been fighting for centuries, and we shouldn't mess with those whose profession is war. He said he wants to make America great again, but not through wars. Though he has also misled many people. Look at what Russia said. They told America to stay out of this and not to intervene. Imagine the moment when Russian Iskander missiles were coming, and the American Patriot defense systems installed in Ukraine were frantically trying to intercept them. But if they had succeeded, this destruction would not have happened. The destruction is massive. From Ukraine's side, an emergency message was sent to America pleading for help. Ukraine said their cities are about to fall, especially one in the south. They warned that Russia is planning to cut them off from the Black Sea, and their navy is already prepared. Russia has launched a large-scale and intense attack. Ukraine pleaded for help, saying their cities are slipping out of their hands. Washington's response shocked everyone. Ukrainian media headlined the reply, "Peace talks have stalled, and now it's like, let the kids fight among themselves," meaning let Ukraine and Russia fight it out for now. Later, we'll get involved in Yemen. That was the US message. Russia had warned the US to back off, and Ukraine asked for help, but was told essentially to let them handle it on their own for now. Now, official White House sources have told Ukraine the same. Let them fight it out. Once they're tired, they'll come to the peace table themselves. In simple terms, the message was, am I their father's employee that I should go around making them sit for peace talks? When I convince one side to stop, the other attacks again. Indirectly, Trump told Ukraine, if you didn't have the strength to endure a counterattack, you shouldn't have provoked one in the first place. Ukraine suffered a $7 billion loss, and now Russia plans to destroy even more. Putin said, back off, we've launched the attack, and more is coming. Russian forces are now preparing to move in. That's the real story. This was not just a random assault. Putin spent 72 hours preparing for it. If this were just about launching missiles, they could have done it the next day. But instead, they did two key things. First, they targeted training centers where Ukrainian soldiers were trained, gathered intelligence via their agents, and then used drones and missiles to precisely destroy them. Of course, civilians get killed too. Anyone who claims civilians are not harmed in wars is either lying or delusional. Russia also claimed to have destroyed drone assembly sites, training centers, and weapons repair facilities. After suffering a $7 billion loss, Russia will not stay silent. The US should step in to help Ukraine.